Well, welcome back to another Kern Mesa Productions multi-video series on how to make a Boeing 747 in Blender. So we can just swoop this down. All right. Okay, so this is actually the final result. If you want, you can tell me in the comments after this video if you want me to include UV unwrapping and texturing, as I have done here. But the main part of this video series is just going to be making this shape, okay? The just rough shape of it. Also, just as a bonus, at the very end, we will be creating landing gear. Oh, landing gear. It's very simple landing gear, but if it's complicated, it will make it very hard for you to do this. So, that's why I don't have really complicated landing gear. So, let's get started by opening up a new file in Blender. Alright, so in the description down below, just delete everything, I have a link to Google Images. Just click that link, download that image, and then you will want to split it up into multiple parts in any kind of Photoshop, Paint, 3D Paint, Photoshop, whatever, I don't know. Just split it up into multiple images, and then you'll want to import them into Blender by going Shift-A, Image, Reference. Oh, I forgot. What you'll want to do is when you add it in, you'll want to uncheck Align to View. All right. Because you saw at first, watch this. It's aligned to the view that you were in. So by saying without align to view, and you import it, it'll just have it flat, right? Okay. So now we're gonna hit G, Y, move this right here, and then we're gonna hit R, X, and type in 90. Enter. And then you can just leave that to sit there for a minute. Shift-A, reference, and just like import them all in. This time with this one though, we're gonna hit R, Z, 90 degrees. All right, and we're gonna move it along the X-axis, by hitting G and then X. Then we're gonna hit R, Y, 90 degrees. Look at that. Okay. Next, we're gonna hit Shift-A, reference, and load in the last one, which we're gonna hit G, Z, have it down here. I forgot. And we're gonna hit R, Z, 90 degrees. But then I put this in the wrong place, so we're gonna hit G, Y, and we're gonna move it right here. All right. So now, what we want to do is, if we just hit 3 on your number pad, you see where the little line is right here? You should be able to see that. We're gonna select this image right here, and we're gonna hit G, Z, and move it right here, so that the landing gear, or this line here, you see, is sitting right on this other image, right? Okay. So now you can hit 1 on your number pad. Oh, and hit 9 if, oops. Okay. So, so you're gonna hit 1 on your number pad, and then, all right. So hit this thing on your number pad. No, Just hit this thing on the nav ball. All right. Then select this image and hit GZ landing gear right here or something like that. Okay. And you can also check this by seeing, like, does this line up with this? It should. Okay. So, oops. All right. Let's go ahead and select everything by hitting Shift A. Oh, just hit A. G, Z, move it up here. All right. Actually, not that much. Okay. We can also move this down if we need to. It doesn't, the wheels don't need to, the landing gear doesn't need to be exactly lined up with this image. But, we need these two to be lined up. So, okay. So we're gonna hit Shift A, Mesh, Cylinder. All right. And we're gonna hit RX90, and then we're gonna hit Control A, and to apply the scale. Why did I apply the scale? Control A, rotation, I meant. Okay. So now we're gonna go into this view and we're gonna scale this down. And we're gonna move it down. Basically make it match the main shape of this part. Why do I keep hitting that? Okay. So yeah, put it right in the middle, then hit SY. We're gonna scale it up until we have it so that this part, just check that, I'm trying to get this part matches the nose and this part matches the tail. All right. So we can go into wireframe mode and just check this. If it isn't, hit Tab and then 3 on your keyboard and select the two ends, like bring it in. Don't worry about matching the exact shape yet. We're not doing that yet. Okay. So yeah, just make it match it, at least roughly. All right. So then hit Tab again, and then Z, and then select Solid View. All right. So look at that. We have our cylinder. That's the plane. The tutorial's done. I'm joking. All right. So go into this view, then hit Tab, go into wireframe mode, and we're gonna hit Control R, and that's gonna add in a loop cut. So click and then drag this right along here, and then click right where the tail goes down and starts a straight line right here. All right. Then hit 3 on your number pad, no, on your keyboard, and select the end face and scale it down, and then G, Z, and we're gonna move it to be right here so that it roughly matches the tail. All right, look at that. That's cool. Okay. Next, we're going to hit Control R again, and we're gonna move it right here this time. Then we're gonna hit S, we're gonna scale it up, just very slightly, then we're gonna move it down. Okay, and that should give like a better, I don't know, look. Okay. Oh, all right. So next, what we do By the way, I'm switching between these views either by clicking these up here, or hitting 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3, okay? So right now, so yeah, obviously this is 2, this is 3, this is 1. So, you can just, if you're wondering which one I'm in, just look up here, and then just go into that view, obviously. Okay. So, in the face select mode, actually no, edge select, which you get by hitting 2. We're gonna hit Control R, click, and we're gonna slide it right here. Okay. So now we're gonna hit Control R again, right here. We're gonna click, slide it right here. But this time, we're gonna hit SZ, and we're gonna scale it right here, so that the distance between the bottom of the blueprint and right here is equal to the top of the blueprint right here. So then, we're gonna hit GZ and move it up. We can just give a rough match. Then we're gonna hit Control R again, then we're gonna click, and then we're gonna right click to cancel the movement. Then we're gonna hit S, scale it up very slightly. There we go, all right. So now, you can see that we have kind of a weird wormy shape. Alright. So the shape, this tutorial, by the way, is going to be focusing on like the rough, like a low poly version of it. And then, why? I'm not even in edit mode, that's the problem, of course. On just making a low poly or low resolution, whatever you want to call it, version of it. Version of the aircraft. So now we're gonna hit S, Z. We're gonna scale this up. Then we're gonna hit GZ and move it so that it kind of matches this. And then we're gonna hit G and Y to move it right here. All right. So now we're gonna hit E. And the E to extrude. And we're gonna scale it down along the Z axis. G, Z, move it right here. Okay. So now we're gonna hit E, scale it down. By the way, you pan around by hitting holding down Shift and moving your scroll wheel. Well, holding down your scroll wheel and moving your mouse. Okay. So yeah, just match this. And if you're wondering, Peter, do you have any like shortcuts to figure this out? Answer is no. You have to do this all manually. Sorry to disappoint you. Alright. Oh. Whoops. So yeah, you're just gonna match it. You don't have to match it completely. You'll have plenty of time to edit it later. And then for the tip, right now, we can just end it right here. All right. So back in solid view mode, and we have this horrible thing. Yeah, go back into edit mode. Wireframe. Alright. And, what we're going to do is we're going to hit Control R, and we're going to move this edge loop right here. Then we're going to scale it up, move it up, do whatever you need. Because we need to make it look like there would be windows here, right? Alright. So for this edge loop, we're actually going to hold down Alt, and then left click this edge loop. Alright, so now you got it selected. Now you're going to hit S, scale it down slightly, and move it down. Okay, so now if you go back into solid view mode, you can see this looks much more like this shape. Alright. Yeah. Kind of looks interesting. I mean, obviously, we aren't done. But, let's go back into edit mode. Tab Z4 on your number pad. Then we're going to pan around right here. Now we're going to hit Control R. We're going to hit Control R. Click, slide this edge loop right here. Okay. Now we're going to hit 3. Select this face. And we're going to scale it down. Okay. So now we're going to hit Control R again. Click, right click to cancel the movement, S, and we're going to scale it up. Okay. Alright, so that's pretty much the main body done-ish, but that's only on one of these blueprints. Gotta make sure it matches up with this one. And you can see it does not, because we have not matched it up completely. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna scale this up until we can kind of see it. We're gonna move it up, scale it, and just move it until it looks good. Because these blueprints sometimes aren't completely accurate. Alright. Okay. So, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna line it up to this bottom blueprint here. So hit 7 on your number pad, go into this view, then select your cylinder, tab Z4 on your number pad. Alright, you can see this is nowhere near lined up. So what we're going to do is we're going to create an edge loop right here, slide it along here, and end it right here. Now we're going to hit Alt click this edge loop right here, and we're going to hit S X, and we're going to scale it to match the blueprint. All right. So now we're going to hit Alt click the next one, S X, scale it right here. And remember, always hit X after you hit S, because if you don't, you're going to be scaling it, the whole thing down, and it's going to mess up the side of the blueprint that we just did. This one, it's going to mess it up. All right. So just go on, keep clicking Alt, keep Alt clicking, and S X, and you're going to move it down. Oh. So just move it to match the blueprint. You have no idea how many times I had to edit this. And even add, if you have to. Oh, nope. Even add loop cuts if you have to by hitting Control R, and then just scaling. Okay. All right. So now we can hit Tab Z4, Z6. Also, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit N. Oh, I forgot. I gotta turn on my screencast keys. Okay. Wonderful. So right here in View, you're gonna right click where it says View Lock to 3D Cursor. You're gonna right click that and say Assign Shortcut. Now hit Control Alt Q. All right. So now hit N again, and watch this. Now hit Control Alt Q again, and look at that. It toggles the rotating around the 3D cursor thing. You can hit it as many times as you want. And I just find this like a really, really handy tool when it comes to toggling that thing. All right. So at this point, we should look at this and see how we're doing. Also, you can, when you're, just select all of the blueprints by shift selecting them, and then hit H to hide them. All right. So now you can check this out. And it looks pretty good. Yeah. It definitely isn't the best, you know, but it will do. You also may be noticing that this is not smooth, like, at all. Like, in this image here, you can see it's like completely smoothed out. And that's because we have not smoothed it. Obviously. Okay. So what we're gonna do to do that is hit Alt H, and that'll unhide the blueprints. Alright. So you're gonna select the main body of the aircraft and go to the modifiers section. Oh, gotta move my microphone out of the way, I can't see. And we're gonna hit Add Modifier, Subdivision Surface. Whoa, look, smooth, our problem is saved. No, it isn't, we're not done. Because if you look at the blueprints, again, in the wireframe mode, you can see it's kind of messed it up, like right here especially. No, we're gonna need to fix it. So, we're going to do some more editing. First, we're going to hit shade, right click and hit Shade Smooth though. Whoa, smooth. Look at that. Okay. Alright. You know, I didn't even check this. Is this lined up right here? No, it isn't. Alright. Hit Tab, and then Z, 4 on your number pad. Alright. Oops. Oh, before you pan, be sure to hit Control Alt Q again, so that you are not, because if you do that, you're still going to be orbiting the cursor and it'll be really hard to navigate. Alright, so do the same thing you did for the nose for the back. Alt click. Oop, what did I just do? SX, and just scale it up. Select the dang, please, just, alright, I'm getting angry here. Select it, please. Alright, I'm getting really mad. Which one do I want? That one, alright. Can I even select this? Am I even in edit mode? Yes, I am. This is really annoying. Oh. Get rid of the subdivision surface modifier. That should save your problem. Look at that. Well, that was horrible. It appears that it was adding extra edge loops that you cannot edit. That is really annoying. I think that's a new feature of Blender. Because in the past, I have not had to deal with that. It's really annoying. Blender, this is not a feature request video, but please just... Blender has been updating a lot lately, though. So, there are clearly a lot of bugs that they're having to do. Alright. So now, this should be... Oh. Should be fixed now. Yeah. Okay. That looks much better. Much more like a 747. That's what we are trying to do with. Okay. Do with? I don't even know what I was saying. Okay. So, get that subdivision surface modifier back. And hit into edit mode. So, you can see right here. And no, we are not going to go into wireframe mode before you do that. No, don't do that. All right. So hit Control R, and then scrolling your mouse wheel once to add 2. Then click, and then right click to cancel the movement. Then we're gonna hit SX. Oh no, SY. Sorry. Okay. So that's creasing the edges right here. Okay. So now hit Control R, click, and slide it right along here. And just continue to do this. Don't forget to edit. All the time. Be editing. Alright, right here, it's pretty much good. You're fine. Alright. Poo. Ah, what did I just do? No. Okay. Alright. Look at that. We're fine. We're good. But if you go into wireframe mode, you can see we probably, actually, we're good. That backfired on me trying to act clever. Okay. Very good. Alright. Okay, we are already too long, so I'm going to end the tutorial there. You can join me in part 2 as we create the wings and other stuff like that. So you can click right here to watch that. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next video.